YouTube is all on the clock once again, continuing my series on the gameplay tips and strategies of all 32 NFL teams. Last I did the Houston Texans. This time I'm hopping on the Minnesota Vikings. Now if you're one to go back and update the rosters to these old football games that you play, you can definitely use a strategy for these games, but this guide is geared towards Madden 16. Now I will say once again, I am a very big Carolina Panthers fan, so if I say anything wrong during this Minnesota Vikings guide, please comment down in the comment section, let me know so I can correct everything. We are in this to help each other. Now the Minnesota Vikings got a lot of talent on the team this year, offense and defense. I even think they have playoff chances, but we're going to take a moment of silence for the Vikings offensive line. Okay, so as you can see, the Minnesota Vikings, they run a balanced offense with an attacking 4-3 defense. Their strengths: halfback, center, defensive tackle, right end, free safety, and strong safety. Their weaknesses: fullback, left tackle, right guard, right tackle, and a middle linebacker. Get this offensive line together. Now we're going to hop over into the offensive strategy. Teddy Bridgewater, I really like him a lot. He had a good rookie year. He has a whole lot to learn, but as you can see, he proved to be a starting QB, and he has a bright future with the Minnesota Vikings. Especially with the weapons around him, there's no reason why you should not develop him into a star. Now next up, man, AP, Adrian Peterson. If you do not know who this dude is, man, get from under that rock. This dude is the best at what he does, man. The complete package when it comes to running. Get him the ball and get it to him often. With Adrian Peterson being a big threat and defenses focusing in on him, you now have Mike Wallace, a speedy wide receiver. With the defense's focus on AP, this guy will get plenty of good looks, believe me. The Vikings have a lot of good running plays in their playbook, but one of the most productive running plays that I saw was the I-Form Twins Flex Power O. Simple play, couple of tips. If your opponent decides to take away the open field, then make sure you just playmaker flip to the opposite side. Another tip is wait for the outside to be sealed before you actually accelerate. Once the outside is sealed, then hit the turbo and then run quickly upfield. Now moving on to one of the most productive offensive pass plays. This is a very good pass play. Gun, empty, bunch, divide, wheel. Now if the opposing defense decides to run you man, that out route that you see, Mike Wallace will be running that route. He's fast. He will create space between him and the corner. Make sure you hit him on that route. He will be open most of the time. If your opposing defense decides to run zone, either hit the drag route or the slant route that will be run by the tight end. One of those routes will be open. If you decide, what the defense decides to give you pressure from the right side or the offense's left side, then make sure you hit that wheel route. The wheel route will be open. Now on to the defensive side. Now the Vikings have a solid defensive line full of youth and strength. Focus on them, develop that line so they can become an unstoppable force. Anthony Barr, this dude is young and fast. Make sure you're matching him up with the opposing team's starting tight end. He can even keep up with some slot receivers. Now Harrison Smith, young dude. This dude is a star. Get creative with him and let him roam around on the field. Now moving on to our key players, of course, Adrian Peterson. I'll start with him. Like I said before, best halfback in the game, so make sure you're using him from the start of the game to the end of the game. We all know that Peterson is a beast with the ball in his hands, but he doesn't have the best hands in the NFL, if you know what I mean. Work on his catching. Now once again, Mike Wallace, a new addition to the Vikings offense. He lost a small step in his speed, but he's still fast. So make sure you're looking for him on those deep routes, especially at the play action. Also, get him the ball on those drag routes and those wide receiver screens to take advantage of his speed. Now, the Vikings defense is solid, but your middle linebacker position is hurting right now. You do have Eric Kendricks. He is a rookie, but make sure you're starting him over Adi Cole. Eric is faster and he can also read plays better. The Vikings do, like I said, have a great defense surrounding them, so make sure you're developing Eric so he can balance out the Vikings linebacking core. Now with Harrison Smith, like I said before, get creative with him. Use him in all types of defensive hot routes. Have him playing all over the field. His stats are impressive, but he's hurting a little bit in the man-to-man department. So work on his man-to-man, and this dude will be a force to be reckoned with. So the game of Madden gave the Vikings an overall 77. But please don't let their overall second guess your team. The pros, the Vikings have a solid young defense, and the offense has a lot of weapons, a lot of potential on the field. AP can run you straight into the playoffs. Now the cons, like I said before, the Vikings offensive line is hurting badly, so be ready for those backfield disruptions. In the meantime, make sure you're scouting for those offensive linemen so you can pick them up in the offseason, or hit up the free agency, see what you can find, and then work from there. Now, as I said at the end of all these strategy vids, if I said anything wrong or if I missed any information, please comment down in the comment section. Let everyone know we are here to help each other. It's your boy Resolve, man. I got mine. What's yours?